Welcome back to The Talk tonight. A major multi-million-dollar expansion could be on the way now for the Onondaga County Jail. Plans call for a 100-bed mental health facility by enlarging the second floor of the building on South State Street. The Sheriff's Department says the new mental health unit would not only cut down on overtime, but it would also free up existing cells to relieve overcrowding. Jim Kenyon went on this story today, got us some exclusive coverage. Really interesting to see what's going on in downtown Syracuse.
Right.
What did you learn about this today, Jim?
Well, what I learned was that the question is the jailers have a problem with overcrowding, but the problem really is with the unit devoted toward mental health area.
Because it takes up too much space and resources?
Well, it takes up the fifth floor, and it's a very intense type of supervision. And what I was seeing there were deputies who were assigned to do nothing more than to stand or sit in front of a single cell and watch one inmate or two inmates. And that's really intense for overtime.
Sure.
It costs taxpayers a lot of money. And it's in an atmosphere that really isn't very good for these inmates themselves, because if you listen to the background noise, they were just constantly yelling and everything else.
And the deputy's sitting there the whole time, just kind of having to take it.
So the idea here is that they have to build a new mental health facility. They know that the state's going to come down on them for this, and so that this county may be ordered to do a mental health facility. So their idea here is to build a 100-bed facility, and in doing so, that would be on the second floor. It'll be like an expansion of the second floor. And in doing so, they would not only cut down on the overtime costs, because they'd be able to have one deputy oversee 5 at a time, and also would relieve overcrowding at throughout the rest of the jail.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Let's go back, because jail is still relatively new in terms of jails. It's been up for about 18 years in a completed stage. We have a picture here, an aerial view of the Onondaga County. This is the Downtown Justice Center, and you see that letter A in the middle. That marks the spot, but you see those 3 white boxes. This is looking right down on top of it.
Right.
Those are each towers at the jail.
Right.
And look at on that lower right corner where it almost looks like it's a parking lot.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
That would have been the 4th tower
area.
to the original design of the jail, and that's to the taxpayers' advantage here, because we're told that this new mental health unit can be built on the footprint of that 4th tower. There's a lot of the infrastructure already there.
Jim, it's not often that we get access inside the jail. You had a chance to really kind of see firsthand what it's like in there. Did you get a sense of the overcrowding situation?
Yeah, I did. Actually, they are allowed to have, I think the number, please, I hope I'm right, is 620 inmates in that facility, but they're exceeding it. They currently have to house 70 of those inmates at the Jamesville Penitentiary because there's no room there.
And this is a problem in other jails too. We've talked about this in Oswego County and elsewhere.
Yeah. We got to wrap it up, Jim. Okay. I know we could go on.
You could be here all night.
Go on for hours about this.
Thank you, Jim.
But thank you, appreciate it. Our conversation continues in a moment. If you want to hear more from Jim Kenyon, he'll be back later, and also on CBS 5 later at about 6:15 tonight. Popular record store downtown Syracuse says it's going to close up shop because they're not happy with some new pawn shop legislation that's being passed with the Syracuse Common Council. What is the Common Council doing? We'll talk about that in a moment.